Oh, man.
Yeah! It's time for the A-list. Keep in mind, the list is fluid. This A-list, Steven's A-list.
Yeah. I'm not gonna jump like Stephen A. I already worked out today.
Keep in mind, this is fluid.
It's an interesting list.
Come on, man.
This is one of the worst lists I've ever seen.
Not a great list.
The list is trash.
Shots fired. Bam.
You're wrong.
I'm wrong.
You are wrong.
It's fluid.
It's fluid.
The list is fluid.
Don't let him filter it. Don't let him filter it.
It's fluid. It doesn't absolve you from nonsense.
Yeah! What's going on, everybody? You see the big screen? This is where I belong. This is what home looks like, okay? It's the top 5 teams after week 3 in the NFL season. Keep in mind, the list is fluid. And it's a dicey situation today, because you know I got the hater Kimberly waiting for me. Jay Cornett, she likes to slice and dice and just hurt your feelings. Chris Canty, I don't know what the hell has happened to this man since they put him on radio at 6 o'clock in the morning. He's just going after everybody. And Drew Brees already just started and calling people boring. This is a critical moment, but we gonna go with it anyway. My top 5 teams after week 3. Give me number 5, please, right here. Bam! The Indianapolis Colts. Daniel Jones, I can't believe it. If Brian Dable and GM Chain get fired, he's going to be the reason why. Because he was in New York. And look at how he's looking now that he's departed from the Giants, okay? The Indianapolis Colts are balling. Jonathan Taylor is that dude. They're well-rounded. They're solid. They're undefeated. Got to give love where love is due. We didn't see that coming, but give it to them. They just ain't top 4 right now. Give me our number 4 right. These brothers, the Los Angeles Chargers, figuring out and finding out ways to get it done. I don't like some of the things that I've seen, but one tough match after another, the defense comes to play. They give it to you. Justin Herbert is balling. We know what that comes with as well. They got the quarterback. They got the defense. They got coaching. And they are defeated as well. We're going to go with them at number 4. They just ain't top 3. Give it to me right now. Bam! The Detroit Lions. Hell, we just saw them last night. To use Kimberly's line, I was there. I was right on the field. I was sitting there. I was watching them, and I watched them strip Derrick Henry. I watched them neutralize Lamar Jackson. I watched them run roughshod over a Ravens defense that don't have a defense as far as I'm concerned. 224 yards rushing. I mean, just ran all over them, beat them at both lines of scrimmage. Them boys were rough riders, figuring out how to do things, playing the kind of football that Dan Campbell wants his teams to play, okay? You got to have that kind of attitude, okay? That ferocity, because that's what's going to take to win the Super Bowl championship. And the Lions, I got as the top 3 team right now. They top 2 right now. Give it to me right now. Bam! The Buffalo Bills, because of Josh Allen. And more Josh Allen. And more Josh Allen. With James Cook. We're a team that figures out how to win, and they're undefeated as well, so we got to give them love where it's due. And, of course, they came back and beat the Baltimore Ravens in the season opener. So, as a result, you know, in all likelihood, the road to the Super Bowl in the AFC is going to have to come through Buffalo. That's how it's looking right now, if we're being honest. And if it had to come through, say, for example, L.A., who's going to complain about having to go to Southern California? I mean, ain't no real home field situation right there. But if you got to go up to Orchard Park, it's going to be a different animal. We got to pay attention to that. They just ain't number 1. That's all. We all know who number 1 is. This team right here. A team that Drew Brees calls the most boring offense in football. What's up with that? That's a later discussion for another day. All we know is this: they're undefeated. They got Jalen Hurts balling out. They got A.J. Brown. They got Devontae Smith. They got Goddard. They got the boys, Jalen Carter. And now you see Jordan Davis and the rest of the crew. The Philadelphia Eagles are coming to defend a crown they ain't trying to give up, all right? This is my top 5 teams. It's the Eagles. It's the Bills. It's the Lions. It's the Chargers. It's the Indianapolis Colts. My top 5 teams in the National.
Steelers receive awful 2026 NFL draft news amid Russell Wilson's Giants benching former Steelers QB Russell Wilson was just benched by the New York Giants. and it's terrible news for Pittsburgh's 2026 NFL draft capital, according to compensatory pick expert Nick Corta. Wilson needed to play until at least week 7 in order for the Steelers to receive their 4th-round pick. But thanks to his benching, there's real danger that Pittsburgh's compensatory selection could fall all the way to the 6th round unless he plays more than 40% of snaps in 2025. Pittsburgh is no stranger to nailing some of their compensatory picks, having selected G. Willie Colon, C.B. William Gay, L.B. Vince Williams, and one of the greatest wide receivers in franchise history, Hines Ward. The Steelers still have a few huge compensatory picks to bank on, like a possible 3rd-rounder from losing OT Dan Moore Jr. and a 4th-rounder from losing QB Justin Fields. But Wilson's benching no doubt threw a moonball-sized wrench in Pittsburgh's draft plans. For up-to-date Steelers coverage, as well as Pittsburgh's Week 4 Ireland matchup versus the Minnesota Vikings, follow us on X at the Steelers Wire and give our Facebook page a like. This article originally appeared on Steelers Wire. Steelers to lose 2026 draft capital as Giants bench Russell Wilson if Aaron Rodgers says no to Pittsburgh. What will the Steelers' plan at QB look like? As always, it all comes back to Aaron Rodgers. The New York Giants signed Russell Wilson on Tuesday, and that move itself isn't that interesting. Wilson is on the backside of his career. He's on a 1-year deal for a bad team. The signing doesn't answer all the questions about the Giants' NFL draft plans at quarterback, specifically with Shedeur Sanders. It was just a move by the Giants to get the safest veteran starter available as a bridge to whatever comes in 2026. It was more interesting for what it meant to the Pittsburgh Steelers and Aaron Rodgers, unless the Giants have decided to make their quarterback room the island of misfit toys. They're out on Rodgers. That leaves one realistic landing spot left for Rodgers, and it's the Steelers. There's also one realistic quarterback solution left for the Steelers, and it's Rodgers. The question is, what happens to both sides if that doesn't work out? Aaron Rodgers' options if he doesn't sign with Steelers. The most likely conclusion is Rodgers to the Steelers. It has been since early in free agency. Rodgers wanted a good team to land with, and the Steelers were the only one with a playoff-level roster that was looking for a quarterback. The Steelers clearly were lukewarm at best on Wilson returning. Other viable starters went elsewhere. Rodgers is the last reasonable QB standing, but it hasn't happened yet. When a signing looks obvious but doesn't happen for weeks, there are some holdups from one side, or both. If the deal gets done, it's not perfect but reasonable from both sides. But while Rodgers does have other options, the Steelers might not. Rodgers could retire. He's going to be 42 in December and has accomplished everything in the NFL. A 5-12 season with the New York Jets wouldn't be his ideal ending, but very few players get the storybook send-off. He could retire now, start whatever post-football project he has in mind and start the 5-year clock to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. That's not the worst scenario for him. Rodgers could also keep waiting. If he doesn't love the Steelers' situation, he could gamble that at some point a contending team would lose its quarterback and pick up the phone. How many times have we seen a good team lose its quarterback in September or October and have no good option to replace him? Rodgers would be enticing to a desperate team in that situation. Someone will line up as the Steelers' starting quarterback in Week 1 if it's not Rodgers. It's just hard to figure out who that might be. Mason Rudolph would be the default answer. He came back to the Steelers this offseason as a free agent. The Steelers won all 3 games he started 2 seasons ago. They'd talk themselves into it if they had to. But that's not a high upside choice. It might be better than signing Joe Flacco, who looked like he was at the end last season with the Indianapolis Colts. Carson Wentz wouldn't get anyone excited either, though he's another option. Maybe Pittsburgh is the team to call the Atlanta Falcons about Kirk Cousins, but at this point the Falcons aren't giving away Cousins. They've paid him a $10 million bonus and he can be a stable backup for unproven Michael Penix Jr. There are also plenty of questions about how much Cousins has left after he was benched last season.